Hello and welcome. We're very excited today to start with the first webinar in our 2026 engagement series. So this is a series we're starting this year just so we can teach members and non-members, anybody in the trucking industry, what Women in Trucking offers. And we are really excited to get you guys engaged, get you involved, and help you support your companies and your careers. I'm on my own today, and we are using a new webinar platform. So just be a little bit patient with me as we get going and as I make sure everything is working okay. But we're very, very excited about this. The topic today is five ways to engage with women in trucking. And I'm going to go through, you're going to see these 5 ways are actually pretty complicated. So as I go through this, I'm going to challenge you guys to find one thing you can do, one way you want to participate so that you can start getting involved in the community and start making the most of your careers. So this is what we are going to be talking about. Oh, and my presentation isn't showing up. See, I told you, new presentation, new hiccups there. 5 ways to engage with women in trucking. So the first thing I want to do is to give you guys a brief overview of who we are. Like what is this Women in Trucking? So Women in Trucking was founded back in 2007, and we are dedicated, as you can see here, our mission is to serve all women in the trucking industry from the driver's seat to the C-suite. So we are the original community for the women in the industry, and we are proud to champion the employment of and advancement of women, foster connections, and recognize achievements. So you'll see as I tell you, go through this and talk about 5 ways for you to engage, you'll see where that mission ties into everything we do. And then our vision, what we want for the future, is we want women to be represented and empowered so they can drive lasting impact across the trucking industry. So you guys will see here, we offer programs and services that will help your company succeed and your employees thrive, and individual memberships to help employees get engaged, or just to help people. You don't have to join because your company is a member. You don't have to join because anybody you know is a member. So we have owner operators join. We have all kinds of individuals join. So anybody can get engaged and participate in what we offer. So whether you work in a truck, an office, oversee dispatch, work as a technician, or teach, we want to help you get engaged and advance your career. All right, so these are the 5 things we're going to talk about today. So pretty simple, pretty easy at the top level here. But we want to talk about networking, learning, recognition, the programs and services we offer, and then ways you can participate. And this slide shows 2 of our fabulous members standing in front of our Whitney trailer and showing their Women in Trucking pride. You guys will see if you send us a picture, we love to show off our members in the industry. So the first thing we are going to talk about is networking. Networking is the #1 reason we hear that people join, right? A lot of our members are women who work in the industry. It's a male populated industry, right? So you guys are used to working maybe even in a company where you're the only woman, or definitely in a workplace where you are surrounded by men and maybe don't see anybody else at your level. So the #1 reason women join is to network and talk to other people where they are and who have experienced what they've experienced. So networking is that #1 reason, and we have several ways you can get started. The first way is for members only, and that is our Engage forum. So that forum, it's an online discussion forum. That is a place where members can go ask questions, introduce themselves, learn from experts. There's a member directory there where members can go find members in their area, find members with a certain job title. So you can message directly. You can set up in that online forum, the big discussion forum, and just post a question and get answers from the entire community. So it really is an easy way for people to network no matter where they are, right? Are you in the middle of nowhere and you have a question all of a sudden and you don't know of any members around you? This is a great place to get connected. Another thing we offer, and this is for members and non-members, is there is a Women in Trucking app both in the App Store and in the Google Store. And that app is a place where, number one, you can log into that Engage forum if you're a member, but we also post news, updates, information, so people can get connected and learn from us. We also do, every once in a while, we try not to do it because we don't want to be annoying, but we do push notifications there as well. So people are up to date. Like, for example, we have some awards that we'll talk about in a minute, but some awards that nominations are due in the next month. So we will send reminders out about things like that. So you don't even have to open the app, right, to get those important reminders that remind you to engage and get involved. The biggest thing that we launched in 2025 was our WIT Connections program. We have always had a mentorship program, but we are very excited to now have a more comprehensive networking program where people can connect in a couple of ways. So we do that through networking groups. Right now we have 5 networking groups, and that is a place member volunteers lead these groups. They can be topic-based, location-based. We have one based in the Midwest. We have another one that talks about health issues. We all know that health is a big focus for the trucking industry. So it is a discussion to talk about health and wellness for them. So those leaders are totally in charge of the groups. So they have their own communities on the Engage forum, and the members and the networking group leaders decide what they want that group to look like. So how often do you want to meet? Do you want to meet virtually or in person? The Midwest group I just mentioned is actually meeting in person in 2026 for the first time. So we're really excited to see where these evolve and grow. And just to put a little plug for these in too, we are excited, and we will be launching a new group here in a couple of weeks. But we're always looking for new ideas and new people who want to lead these. So if you would like to be involved and lead a networking group, or if you have an idea and you think other people like to talk about it, please reach out. We'd love to open new groups in the near future. We also offer for networking one-on-one connections, and this is more of a traditional mentorship program. And this is where you can go to WIT Connections, you can fill out a profile, and you can search. So everybody on this call today, everybody in the trucking industry has the capacity, right? We all have experience, and we all have experience we can share with others. So, and we all need to learn and want to grow in our careers. So every single one of you could be a mentor, and every single one of you might want to have a mentor. So this program allows you to do both of those. So you can become a mentor, and you get to you work with your mentee once you match on there. You work with that mentee to define the relationship. You decide how long you want it to be. You decide the goals of that relationship. And you can log in and search for your mentor and find the right person for you. You can also do the same if you are a mentee, if you're a mentor looking for a mentee. So if this is something you enjoy, you can log in and see who's registered and said they want to be to have a mentor. So this is something we're really excited about, and something we've been doing for a couple of years. So that mentorship is obviously very, very important to career growth. We also have a community called Connections Unplugged. So one of the things that our members kept bringing to us is, obviously, if you're a truck driver, you drive a lot, but a lot of our membership is on the road, traveling to conferences, traveling to different of their locations, and talking to, you're not always at your home office all the time. So our members don't always want a long-term connection, but they want to be like, hey, I'm going to be in Dallas for a meeting. Is there just anybody locally who wants to meet for coffee, who wants to just have a chat, or can give me a tour of their facility, right? So this is a way where you can just post where you're going to be, where you're visiting, and you can maybe make a connection for a one-time meeting to just grow your network. We also offer, and you'll see this as part of our engagement webinar series this year, once a quarter, we offer what we call our connections mixers. So they're not like this kind of webinar. We usually do them on Teams or on Zoom. And that way, members can be on camera together and can talk and share ideas together. Jenny Fall, our Director of Driver Engagement, leads those. And she usually has a member with experience talk about being a mentor, talk about something they have going on in their lives. So it's a little bit of maybe have a speaker for about 5 minutes, but it really is a big discussion. So everybody does get to chime in and talk to each other. So keep an eye out. Those are a lot of fun. All right. So in networking, of course, talked about that one for a while. That's a big one. That's a big thing we do and we offer. But we do also offer learning opportunities for members. So the biggest one here, the easiest one to be involved in is our free webinar series. So we're doing, like I said, the engagement series in 2026, but we also offer a educational webinar every month. The one for January has not been scheduled yet, so keep an eye out for that. But every month we host educational webinars. They can be everything. We recently did one with Truckers Against Trafficking on what to look for with human trafficking. And then we've also have some, like the keynote speakers from the Accelerate conference will come and join us. So it's a wide variety of topics that are covered in those. So keep an eye out and register for those, free for members and for non-members. And then I just want to highlight for our engagement series. So we are going to do a couple more like this. We hope to do a member town hall later in the year. We hope to do something focused on that mentorship program I was talking about later in the year. But we also want to highlight ways women in trucking is involved with the industry through this series. So our next one is actually February 5th, and we're really excited. We just recently had an event in Washington, D.C., and Susan Sokolish, who is a researcher at Virginia Tech, came and spoke. So she's going to be leading a session on current transportation research and key findings that are shaping the industry. So I've heard that presentation, and it's really cool. So make sure you register for February 5th so you can join us for that session. We also offer a variety of written resources. So we have white papers that are available, once again, to members and to non-members. These are a couple examples are, we have one addressing gender bias and harassment. We have one on truck parking. We have one on same gender training for female drivers. And then we have one on recruiting and retaining of female drivers. So you can go to the website and search for white papers, and those will come up. But those are great resources for anyone in the industry. We also, in 2025, released 3 new resource guides that are available. Those were released with our magazine, Redefining the Road. And those were resource guides on transportation, workforce, and entrepreneurial. And those do list companies in those areas. So resources to help people grow and connect their businesses. We also do offer an e-news. Members get that twice a month, and it is everything related to women in trucking. And we also include industry news in that email. And non-members can sign up for it on the website to get it once a month. So it's a really great way to just in your email once a month, find out what is going on and see how you can be connected. So not only learn from me today on 5 ways to get connected, but then actually get that email, and so you can be connected all year round. Like I said, we also have a magazine called Redefining the Road, and that comes out 3 times a year. And the PDF of that is also available on the website for download. We also have a blog where we post around 10 blog posts a month. And that is a variety of things from truck tonnage to member stories. We highlight a member every month, so those are fun. But a lot of things, more personal side of the trucking industry on the blog. We also have a WIT index. And the exciting thing about that's our benchmarking report. It's conducted every other year, and it's the industry's barometer for benchmarking and measuring the percentage of women who make up critical roles in transportation. So the exciting thing about that is the WIT index call for feedback, call for submissions is open now. So if your company wants to participate, please reach out after this call, and we can send you the link so you can participate in that benchmarking research. We also offer a driver hub, which is a place for drivers to get information and connect. So that is free on the website to anyone. And it's a place we have drivers who help us with safety videos and to create information that is specific for female drivers. So that is a great resource as well. WIT also offers a career center, which is exactly what you think it is. So that is a place where people can go and look for jobs or post job openings at your company. And it's kind of a one-stop shop for preparation. It is not only for people who are looking for new jobs, though. So we do offer career coaching, evaluations of resumes, interview prep for anybody who wants to go in. Going in and searching for a job on that is free, but some of the other things I'm mentioning do have a fee associated with them. So if you go in and poke around, let us know if you have any questions, but we'd love to help you find the perfect job for you in trucking. And once you have it, those career coaches can help you advance in your career. So it's a great resource for that. We also offer events that have educational components. Our biggest one is our Accelerate conference. This year it is being held, and I'm probably going to get the dates a little bit wrong, but I'm going to be close. It is the week of October 28th in Dallas. It is held at the Hilton Anatole. And that event includes an expo hall, networking events, but most importantly here is education opportunities. So experts in the industry joined us to talk about a variety of topics. For example, this year we had some economists come and talk about the future of the industry. We had some speakers, some motivational type speakers, just talk about becoming the best people we can be at work. And then, of course, the experts, women and men experts who are members of Women in Trucking came and talked about what they do and how they do it to be successful. So it's just a great event. And if you want more details, once again, visit our website and hit Accelerate, and you can see what kind of speakers we have there. We also debuted in 2025 a series of regional events that we're calling WIT on the Road. So these are small, more intimate events. We held one near the Washington, D.C. area in December, actually in Arlington, Virginia. And that event was hosted by Tyler Technologies, one of our member companies. And we had speakers come and talk. Like I said, we had Susan from Virginia Tech joined us and talked about research, along with Dr. Swami from Morgan State University also came to talk about research. We had one of our former award winners come and talk about her experiences in the trucking industry and why, even though she doesn't drive a truck, she works in trucking, so she's a trucker. So that was really fun. And it was a great opportunity just for people to network in a more intimate setting. So our goal is to host 3 or 4 of these in 2026. We're actually having meetings within the next couple of weeks to get those scheduled. So we're really excited. So if you want to, if your company is involved and would like to host a small networking event, or has some ideas that you think would be a good fit, please reach out and let us know, because we're always looking for ways that we can grow. I also want to highlight here, salute to the women behind the wheel. This event doesn't have a learning aspect, but this is the best place to fit in our presentation. This is an event that takes place at the Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville. And this is where we celebrate women drivers. So if you're going to be if you're attending the Mid-America Truck Show, let us know. We're going to have a registration form up on our website within the next week. Come join us. We have a 2-hour celebration. We'd love to meet you, and we'd love for you to be there. All right. So far we've talked about 2 things. We've talked about networking, and we've talked about education. And next, we're going to talk about recognition. So when I talked about our mission, I talked about how we like to promote what you guys are doing and the amazing things you do in the trucking industry every day. So these are 6 of the big recognition programs we have. And I'm going to be reading here. So sorry about that, but I'm going to be reading so I can get all the details exactly right. But the first one is by the way, I did not mention this, but please send in your comments and I'll try to get to those at the end. Since this is a new platform, I totally forgot to keep those comments open during the presentation. So go ahead and put in your comments and I'll get to those at the end. So Top Women to Watch Award is given out annually, and that award honors exceptional women who are making a lasting impact in the trucking industry. And those nominations are open now until tomorrow. So if you guys know of an exceptional woman that you think deserves to be honored, please submit for that. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I stated that wrong. Truck Women to Watch. It is annual, but it does honor more than one woman. So those nominations go close tomorrow. Influential Women in Trucking is the one that goes to one woman, and that is given out at our Accelerate conference. This award recognizes a woman in transportation industry who provides leadership, creates change, and inspires. In 2025, we recognized Dee Dee Cox, who is the Vice President of Human Resources at Old Dominion Freight Line. And Dee Dee joined other finalists for the award at a panel at the Accelerate conference to talk about their experiences in the industry. So we were very excited to recognize Dee Dee for that. The Distinguished Women in Logistics Award is also an annual award that is given out at the TIA conference. And this year we recognized Martha Payne, who's a transportation attorney at Bench. And the announcement is made at the TIA 2020, or was made at the TIA 2025 Capital Ideas Conference and Expo. And we do get that out there every year. So watch for that. Those nominations will be open later this year. As I mentioned before, when I'm talking about the blog, we also recognize a member every month. We highlight anybody who is succeeding in the industry. So this is different jobs, technicians, drivers, human resources, dispatchers, vice presidents, owners, owner-operators, right? We want to recognize, we want to hear about every job in the industry and spread the stories of people who do those jobs. So if you know of anybody, please, there's a submission form on the website. You can submit a member of the month at any time, and we'd be so excited to share their stories. This month, we actually highlighted our first male ally from PACCAR, who actually is a recruiter, and his story talks about how he recruits to create a more diverse workforce in the trucking industry. So excited to share all of the stories as they come in. So let us know if you have a cool story. Also, once a year, we recognize the Driver of the Year. This is the one I mentioned we do at the Salute to Women Behind the Wheel. Last year, we recognized Kathy Blaze of United Road. And those nominations for 2026 are due January 29th. So you have plenty of time if you want to get a nomination for a Driver of the Year. The next one we do is Top Companies to Work in Transportation. And this is another one that's a list in Redefining the Road magazine. But this is top companies that are exceptional workplaces for women in all roles of the transportation industry. So we will open up for nominations for that later in the year. And those companies are also recognized at the Accelerate conference. This month, not on the slide, but this month we are also recognizing our first ever volunteer spotlight to recognize the leaders who actually make women in trucking happen. So our staff is small and we need support from volunteers and committees to make it all happen. So we're really excited to spotlight those volunteers. So keep your eye out. We're hoping this month we're going to be highlighting 2 ladies who are going to be starting our newest networking group. So we're really excited to share their story and share how they're supporting WIT to make it a more vibrant community. All right, so we're getting there, guys. Oh, wait, I thought we were moving on to thing 4. I was wrong. Sorry, I forgot about this one. So this is another really fun way we recognize companies in the trucking industry. So I Heart Trucking is a photo contest we do every year in June. So submissions are due in June every year, and we highlight through photos the amazing and authentic women behind the wheel who fix the truck, who dispatch, and who sit in the boardroom. So this highlights all types of women in the industry. Last year, over 120 photos were submitted. And to give you an idea of the kind of photos that are submitted, this one was the Judge's Choice Award winner from American Fleet Solutions. Awesome picture in front of our Whitney trailer. And then this one was the winner from the online public vote. And this one is from ADM Trucking. So you guys can see we get so many different photos, and we love seeing how you guys represent your trucking pride. All right, so sorry, now we're moving on to the 4th way to get engaged. So this is just to highlight the programs and services we offer. We've talked about some of this. There's some overlap here with what we've already talked about. But our programs and services come in 4 different categories: connection, advancement, recognition, and promotion. So we've talked a little bit about connection, but we help people connect and build relationships. We want to help everybody gain a community and insights from their contemporaries and experts, so you guys can build relationships, build your network, and do the best job possible. We also have a member directory that I mentioned briefly, and a corporate directory. The member directory is only accessible to members, but the corporate, if you're a WIT member, you are listed in the corporate directory on the website, and that is open to the public. So let us know how you want to be connected. We'd love to get you connected and help you start building that network today. We've also talked about some of the advancement and career opportunities, the white papers, right? The webinars, we talked about all of that. So if you guys have any questions, please send me your questions and I can answer those. Also, we do the recognition programs. And like I said, we want to promote everyone. So if you have a job, you think nobody's ever talked about what I do in trucking, let us know. We want to talk about it. We want to share your story. And we want people to know that women do everything, and they're in every job in the trucking industry, not just the drivers, right? Promote. Another big thing that we haven't really talked about today is we promote the trucking industry overall. So corporate and partner members can use the WIT logo on their materials to share that they are a member of Women in Trucking when they're promoting jobs, right? When they're recruiting, or on any of their materials. We also do promotions through the general public through a couple of programs, including we have a Truck Surf for Girls program, and we also have the Image Team and the Whitney Educational Trailer. So the Image Team is one of the coolest things that we offer, I think. So this is a picture of the Image Team members who were able to join us at the Accelerate conference this year, but they are a group of drivers who provide insight into life on the road. They speak to the media, they represent us at public events and industry trade shows, and they participate in ride-alongs for legislators, regulators, and industry leaders to share a deeper understanding of their experiences and the obstacles they face in the industry. They also share their stories and perspectives through creative content and social media. An example of that is Ingrid Brown is on our board of directors, and she's also an Image Team member. She unfortunately isn't in this picture because she couldn't join us at Accelerate this year. But she just had a ride along from North Carolina to Washington, D.C. So she traveled with staff members from FMCSA and actually delivered their Christmas tree to Washington, D.C. So her story is on her website. But we have another example is a journalist just reached out to us yesterday asking to do a ride along so she could just learn from a female driver, right? So this kind of thing, we get requests here, help us fulfill that and help people experience what a life on the road is like. The exciting thing here is we recruit and we expand this fabulous group of women every couple years, and there's a call for nominations out for Image Team members right now. So if you know a driver who's passionate about what we do, right, the Women in Trucking mission, and they're interested in making a difference and sharing their stories, we'd love for them to be a part of the Image Team. So you do have to be an employer or a professional partner to nominate, or owner operators may self-nominate, but it is really important to us that the employers are aware of the commitment here and are supportive of these drivers. So nomination deadline for that is February 6th. And if you have any questions, just let us know. But once again, so if you know a driver, this is really cool. It's a really, really fun opportunity and a fun way to participate. And then this is our Whitney Educational Trailer. Whitney has been a member of the Women in Trucking team for several years now. And we do call her she, because as you can see in the picture, the trailer has, she has an attitude. She has a personality. So Whitney does travel for us all around the world, and from all around the country. She is a truck, promoting the career opportunities women have in the trucking industry. She helps support our mission, right? Helps promote women, helps celebrate them. We do have, as you can see here, there is a driving simulator inside that is staffed. Our company members and our drivers help us move Whitney all around the country. So as you can see in the picture below, that's one of our image team drivers teaching somebody how to drive on the simulator. And then we do have video screens inside that tell the stories of women in trucking and the professionals who work in the industry. So this is a great way. Whitney can travel to any event if she's available. So she does Girl Scout events, she does Touch Your Truck events, she does corporate events. She'll attend a employee celebration day at a company. So let us know if you have an event, and we'd love to get her out there and get her involved. That is almost it. We're on number 5. So the 5th way to get involved is to participate. So this is where I'm going to give you a challenge right now. So we've talked about a lot of different things Women in Trucking offers and ways you can get engaged, right? But now I want you to think about one thing you can do within the next week to get engaged in this organization. So set an alarm, mark something down on your calendar for 15 minutes next week, but pick one thing you can do to get your career moving in a new direction, right? So here are just some ideas on here. Like I said, we have some award nominations open now, so you can nominate yourself or someone else for an award. We want to tell your story. So share your story, submit yourself as member of the month, or there's also just a general share your story page on our website. So tell us what makes your job so important and why you're so amazing. And we'd love to spread the word about you. You can volunteer as a mentor, download the app, attend our next webinar, right? So many things you can do to get involved and get started right away. So I challenge you, right? We're on January 8th. We just started the new year. So what's one thing you want to do to help yourself get started and get engaged in 2026? I don't like New Year's resolutions myself, so we don't want to call it that, right? It's too easy to stop doing those within the first month. So pick one thing, put one reminder on your calendar that helps you get involved this year. And that's it. That's everything you now need to know about Women in Trucking. So if you have any questions, I just wanted to introduce you to the team who can help you get started. So this is Jennifer Hedrick, President and CEO of Women in Trucking, Lana Nichols, who's our Vice President, me, Alyssa Kirkman, Senior Director of Membership, and Jenny Fall is our Director of Driver Engagement. But we'd love to talk to you. So let us know what questions you have, any ideas you have, any suggestions. We want to hear from the industry. We want to know what you have going on, and we want to be able to support you. So any feedback you can give us is great. Phone number and email address are on that slide, but we hope to hear from you. I hope at the end of this today, I get 75 different emails with ideas and suggestions so that we can help you guys get connected. And that is it for today. Let me see if we had any questions in this in the Q&A. So Donna is asking if there are any committees to get involved in. And Donna, yes, there are. So we do have a content committee that is actually looking for members now. And those are the people who get connected and get help do content for that Accelerate conference. So you can send an email. Oh, and somebody asked me to go back a slide. So if you want to email that membership at Women in Trucking email address, Donna, we can get you more information. We do also have a membership committee that meets and helps us working towards our strategic plan. And then Jackie commented, thanks. Well, thank you, Jackie. Jackie attended our Accelerate conference and I got to meet you. So thanks for coming, Jackie, and learning even more about Women in Trucking. And Randy just asked for the email address. So Randy, you can email membership@womenintrucking.org, and that goes directly to me. Or all of our email addresses are on the website if you'd like to email someone specifically. But if you email me a question and I'm not the right person, I will make sure your question gets to where it needs to go so we can help. Before we close out, I think we were shooting for 45 minutes. So sorry if I talked a little bit fast today, but now at least you get 10 minutes back. and you guys can continue on with your days. And it doesn't look like there are any other questions. So thank you everybody for joining us. We are going to be posting this webinar, as we always do, in a member section on Engage. So if you'd like to review it or share it, we will follow up with a link tomorrow. And thank you guys for joining us. We're excited to continue, and we are excited to go through 2026 with you. So thanks, guys. Have a great day.